what's up everyone? We have a Toro Recycler here. I picked up 4 of these for 80 bucks. And they all have their own issues, and this is number 1. So this can be a little Toro series, a little mini series, let's call it that. We're going to go over what ails it and hopefully fix it. First things first, it has a Briggs & Stratton mow and stow. That's nice. Basically it just tips over on its side if I remember correctly. And a newer Briggs motor, 22-inch rear wheel with personal pace, so I actually do kind of like this one. Not too much fan of that, but this, yes. So let's see what we have going on. First things first though, kind of have to say it. If you like what you see, consider subscribing. I post weekly, and eventually I'll get to the machine that you have, so consider subscribing. That way you can be up to date with all of your equipment as well. Moving on. So obviously we have a fuel problem, which, yeah, it was outside for a decent amount of time, so there most likely is water, which means there's most likely water in there. But that's plastic, so that's not nearly as bad. What the major problem I heard on the way on this table were those wheels. They are making some bad noises. Basically, it just sounds like there's a bunch of rocks in there, which could be. I don't know. We haven't really taken a whole lot of looks and ganders and everything, so let's go ahead and take that back wheel off first. I'm going to put a aluminum block on the bottom, prop both ends up so we can get both of those lifted up. Now that's loosened. Let's see what we have going on in here. Well, nothing sounds horrible right there. Oh boy. Look at that. It does have like rocks and stuff in there. So that's not good. It's going to cause a little bit of a problem. There we go. Let's take that out. But why did it let so much junk in there? This would be the fact that it's probably been used for a very long time. As you can tell, it's really not the greatest of condition in here. So I think some good wire brushing, get rid of all this dirt outside. But another thing I noticed is that doesn't really seem right. I believe these are just pins that get pressed in there. So I might, after I'm done cleaning it, see if I can't take like a small hammer and gently tap that into place to kind of make it a little bit more stable. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot better than it was. So I think we're going to give that a try. The gear, however, is pretty clean. So let's move forward. Let's go ahead. I'm going to put this back on, and then we're going to look at the other side and see if that one's the same or worse or different or better or pink, who knows. But I want you to picture yourself mowing, and then picture yourself mowing something that's meant for a riding mower with this. Now, when you mow, in general, most people, when they move, go to the edge, turn around, whatever, they're going to press down on these two wheels, these two. Over time, that can kind of make a straight wheel go whoop. Well, I was kind of looking at that plate. It doesn't really look all that straight now, does it? So I think we are going to jump back off this one. Then we're going to look at that plate and see how tore up it is. Yeah, I can already tell. It shouldn't be touching that bolt. It's definitely angled in. So I'm going to see if I can cheat a little bit. I'm going to try to bend it while it's on the machine. If not, we'll have to take it off. It's not horribly hard if I remember correctly, but it's also not something that I'm looking forward to doing. See, now that's a lot better. There's some definite space and clearance in there. It's looking a lot straighter. I'm liking that a lot more. And like I said, that just happens when you press down on it. It's going to happen to all of them. Just try not to be super rough with it, and you can make that not be a problem for a real long time. Kind of wish I would have shown it before I took it off and saw it, but look at that. That's so much nicer of a noise. That's what it should sound like. It's gonna have a little bit, still gears on gears, whatever, but it's not clanking around and sounding like you're running over a gravel driveway. So let's go ahead and do the other side. Headphone users, I apologize, but let's see what we have here. I'm assuming more of the same. Some junk. We probably should check the motor first, but the motor, even if this deck or even this motor is bad, I have motors. So that's more or less doing the same thing. That could be normal, I'm not remembering it, but it's not nearly as dirty. But look at that same problem we have going on there. So this problem could be as easy as a quick cleanup and a quick bending. To bend this back, now that one's a little more wrangly, but it's not bad at all. I would suggest, if I could talk, I would say that's pretty much a little above normal, but it's not bad. So we're going to put this down and we'll go ahead and take a look and see what it sounds like on the ground. On the ground, let's see. Now, I know I didn't show you before, just imagine bad. It wouldn't do that before. It's almost like they were stuck, because they technically kind of were. At least one or two of the wheels, the gears were kind of hitting each other in an awkward area, kind of getting them jammed up. So that is good to go. Why don't we, for giggles, take off the air filter? And the air filter actually isn't bad. And it says Briggs & Stratton, so that probably means it's the original one. I don't think this one was used a whole lot. I mean, it was, don't get me wrong, but not for like years and years and years and years. That sounds pretty healthy to me. I'm not too worried about it. If I had a fuel cap, which I might try to find one. Let me see if I can find one. I can't really see a whole lot of water in there, but this one does kind of have a little dip in there. So I was kind of thinking to myself, I should at least try to see if I can get some of the water out with the air compressor. And, well, there's a little bit of water in there. I'm going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to leave you at this part. I'm not going to show this because I have 1,000 carburetor cleaning videos, especially of this type, but I'll still record it. So if you want to see it, leave a comment below. I'll go ahead and create a video of this carb cleaning real quick, and we'll continue on. But I'll bring you back once it's running. We have fuel, new air filter. I just checked the oil, and the oil doesn't look bad at all. Like I said, I don't think this engine has, I don't know if I said it in this video, but I don't think this engine has a lot of time on it. So let us give it a pull. Since it is freshly cleaned and everything, it might take a little bit extra, but let's give it a try. not gonna lie, sounds pretty nice. Pretty nice at all, and very good actually. That smoke you're seeing is actually steam, but it's running. It's really good, and there's no more water. I'm gonna probably use it today, or actually probably tomorrow, because it's pretty much nighttime in about 15 minutes. But other than that, it's a good little running machine. If you have any questions on removing water from your fuel system, even if it's not like this, leave a comment below. Be happy to help out. If you have any comments at all, leave them. Put a thumbs up, this helped you. And I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe. Have a good night.